Hello, I'm Instructor Jennifer Wallace, and what I want to teach you how to do today is how to fall. So a lot of systems, they teach you to fall, and your judos, jujitsus, and some of them gear them more towards self-defense and some don't. The way that I'm going to teach you to fall is basically to teach you how not to just fall properly, but how to get up properly so that you know that you are able to defend while you're getting up. So before we get into defending while you're getting up, I'm just going to teach you how to fall and how to get up properly. So the first thing you want to do, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you fall. Okay, so our goal when we fall is to make sure that we're protected and we get up in a perfect fighting stance so that we can shuffle and defend. How do we do that? So if we break it down in stages, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that when you fall, you're always tucking your chin to your chest. And you also want to make sure that you're not trying to catch yourself with your hands when you fall or your elbows. A lot of people, when they fall, they squat down, they start to fall, and then they catch themselves, and then they break their wrists, or they fall to their elbows. One of the things I do in order to keep you from doing that is I ask you to cross your arms to opposite shoulders. The reason I do that is when you start to squat and tuck your chin, and then you roll off your foot to fall, you won't release your hands normally until you're actually going down to the ground and you're in a position where you are not able to try to catch yourself with your hands as easily, and that kind of mitigates some of the issues with trying to catch yourself. So, what I want you to do, I want you to always cross your arms first. Okay? Then what I want you to do is practice by stepping back with one foot, squatting down, and if you see here, my bottom is resting on the back of my heel. If I try to sit up too straight like this, I'm more likely to fall backwards. So I want to curve my body forward, okay? And if you look at what I'm doing here, I'm tucking my chin, I'm still crossing my arms. To start, you're just going to roll back onto your bottom. And as you see, this foot is forward. There's always one foot forward because you're walking backwards as you're going into that fall. Someone's either backing you up, you're trying to shuffle away, you're trying to retreat, and you hit something and you end up falling. So what you want to do, keep this chin tucked, and just practice to start rolling off the heel and kicking your bottom up just a little bit off the floor. Okay? Show you again. So I'm here, I cross my arms, I step back slightly and I squat. I tuck my chin down, as you can see. My arms are here so that I don't try to catch myself. And I'm basically rolling off the heel. I want my bottom to be as close to the floor as possible when I fall. I don't want to fall from up here. It's going to hurt my tailbone and my back. Right? Again, I tuck my chin, and then I roll back, lifting my bottom slightly off the floor. If you notice, I keep the foot forward that started forward. So if I step back, in this case, with my right leg, and I squat, my left foot is forward in this case. So when I roll back and I tuck my chin, that left foot kind of stays forward. And the purpose of this is this gives me a foot to defend with, and my other hand will be here to protect. So I have kind of an opposite effect going on. And as we get into more of our falling, where we're defending, you'll see with an opponent how that's beneficial to you. Okay. So, once you get comfortable with squatting and falling, by crossing your arms and tucking your chin, you'll know you're comfortable is when you fall, your head will not hit the floor, your bottom comes up just slightly off the floor, not too high, okay? And you're not landing on your hands or your elbows when you're falling. Then you can do it with releasing the hands. So right now you're just falling, you're not releasing the hands at all. So the key to releasing the hands is, again, I step back, I cross my arms, I tuck my chin, I come forward, okay? From here, as my butt goes down, as soon as my bottom's about to hit, I'm going to release my hands with a palms down position. And I'll show you sideways and I'll show you straight on. So in here, as soon as my bottom hits, I'm letting my hands go out and I'm lightly slapping the ground. I'm not hitting the ground as hard as I can. If I hit too hard when I'm on concrete, hardwood, any type of hard surface, it will really hurt your hands. It could break the hands, but it definitely will hurt them. So I'm going to show you again. Come forward. I squat. I roll off, and as I roll, I let those hands break. And if you look, my hands are roughly in a 45-degree angle. If my hands are 90, it's a little more difficult. If they're past 90, I'm going to cause pain in my shoulder. This is dangerous, and catching yourself up like this is dangerous. Up like this, okay? I need to go all the way down and slap, okay? One way you can practice, if getting up and down is too difficult for you, you can practice sitting. Crossing your arms, tucking your chin, and you can practice your timing by rolling back and releasing the hands just like this. Notice my head never hits the ground. My bottom comes slightly off the floor. And one or other of my legs stays forward. So this is a good way to just get timing, okay? Once you feel comfortable with that, you can start doing it from more of a walking position. So for example, you can start here, start walking backwards, time it when you squat, let go and break fall, okay? And on the next video, I'll teach you how to get up. So again, you're going to walk backwards, squat, break fall, and get up, all right? Once you learn how to get up properly. So the goal here is to tuck the chin, cross your arms when you're going down. Make sure that when your hands go back, you're at about 45. You're not way up here where you're reaching. You're hitting with the palms, sometimes a little bit of the forearm in here. You're not hitting with your elbows. Your butt is going to raise slightly up off the floor. And you always want that lead leg to stay a little forward, like this one here, when you fall, okay? Those are the things I want you to focus on. This is something most people can pick up rather quickly. It does need to be practiced. If you have carpeting, a mat, it's much safer. If you feel that your bottom's hitting too hard, then you're not low enough to the ground. You're probably falling from way up here, okay? And if you feel you're too straight or you feel uncomfortable, it's because you are too straight. So make sure that you're curling your back forward or at least leaning forward when you start so that you know you have good balance. You really want to be touching that bottom to that heel when you go, okay? So practice, practice, practice. Once you feel comfortable, you could have someone push you lightly and practice falling as well. Again, I'm Instructor Jennifer Wallace, and I hope you enjoyed this video.